Hello, fellow researchers, intellectual colleagues, and psychology enthusiasts. Welcome to my poster presentation for Recognizing a Child's Self-Identity, a brief exploration of generational parenting styles. As a brief introduction to my research proposal, this research is a survey-based experiment where participants from Hong Kong submit the parenting style which they were raised in and which they desire, choosing from the four types: authoritarian, authoritative, permissive, and neglectful, an extension from the three types defined by Baumrind. According to my hypothesis, older generations should prefer authoritarian and neglectful parenting styles, while younger generations prefer authoritative and permissive parenting styles, aligning with what they grew up with, as parenting styles follow the trend that society aligns with. Thus, we can align a trend in parenting styles with the trend of personality types associated with the two generations, proving that there, indeed, is a difference between personalities, thus rooting back to parenting styles. As I said, this research will be carried out in survey form, with the test being the PSDQ Parenting Styles and Dimensions Questionnaire, as it is proven by the high Cronbach's alpha coefficient that it is reliable, as the values were about 0.90 for all parenting styles. The test is split in three sections: the authoritative, authoritarian, and permissive. However, as neglectful parenting is not part of the questionnaire, an additional section with the questions in the style of the PSDQ would be made, with the three factors: the lack of concern of the child's well-being and basic needs, lack of involvement in the child's life, and lack of supervision. There will also be a brief and neutral explanation on parenting styles at the end of the survey for participants to determine the parenting styles they would desire. They will be given a checkbox at the end to decide. There will also be a checklist of personality traits which the participant will associate with themselves, ergo, explaining why the keyword is personality traits. The phenomenon can be explained by the person's own justification on parenting styles attributed to their own personal growth and development, ergo, what I coined as the "I grew up just fine" effect. As children familiarize themselves with surroundings, which is their pathway to the perception of society and the bar of normalness, they determine what is correct and what is wrong, including setting their parents as their role model. Therefore, they will be more willing to use their parenting method as an example and reference to their future parenting practices, thus adjusting to the disadvantages of the parents' parenting method and amplifying the good core values that their parents have taught them via their parenting styles. For example, if a child, let's call him CL, grew up with his father Vincent, giving him the freedom to pursue what career he desired, CL will be most likely to pass on this value of guidance towards his own children. To refer to the expected results, older generations who have been raised under an authoritarian and neglectful parenting style would prefer such, as they believed it shaped their sense of self today, or the common phrase, "I turned out just fine." However, when confronted with parenting from the two extreme ends of authoritarian and neglectful, which is extremely commonly adopted by the parents of the older generation, the children of such parenting would wish to end the generational trauma, therefore adopting a softer and more attentive parenting style, which is more child-centric and flexible, often with more effective communication, providing their children what they would have wanted when they were a child. Thus, younger generations were taught using an authoritative or permissive parenting style. Data will be organized in a stacked column bar histogram of different colored blocks representing different parenting styles in a descending order of amount of participants having that parenting style, with the x-axis representing age range and the y-axis representing the number of participants. For example, for older generations, you would have a blue block representing the authoritarian parenting style, stacked with a gray block of neglectful parenting styles, if the authoritarian parenting style is more common than the neglectful parenting style, and so on and so forth. Personality traits will be organized in the form of the block's Q-sort method, and in the pie chart per age range. For example, for personality traits, you have one column for empathetic, with blocks representing each participant, stacking on top of each other, and another column for practical, with a similar arrangement of blocks. The personality traits with the most blocks are arranged at the center of the graph, while personality traits with the least blocks are arranged at the two ends of the graph. The validity of the test will be presented using the Cronbach's alpha test. Speaking of data collection and analysis, you might ask, what are the additions for neglectful parenting in PSDQ? Well, you have come to the right place. I have used three factors: a lack of concern of child's well-being, lack of involvement in child's life, and lack of supervision. For factor 1, we have lack of interest in feeding or supplying basic needs to the child, lack of interest towards a child's school life, ignorance of a child's change in behavior, and ignorance of a child's physical and mental health. For factor 2, we have lack of interaction with child during infancy and childhood, refusal of participation in activities that the child participates, lack of recognition of the child's success and failures, lack of empathy and encouragement towards the child, and the lack of emotional bond between the parent and the child. For factor 3, we have lack of concern for child safety, permission for a child to go to places alone during childhood, and dismissal for a child's behavior in school, and the permission for a child to do as he or she pleases without regarding the safety of the situation. All the above signs for factors were compiled from the internet for signs for neglectful parenting with minor adjustments for precise clarification. On the subject of participants collection, participants aged 8 to 18 will be sourced from the Po Leung Kuk Choi Kayao School, which is a local school in Hong Kong. Participants aged 19 to 25 will be sourced from the University of Hong Kong. Participants aged 26 to 65 will be found in public areas. All places of data collection should have granted the researcher permission to participate in the project. All participants, 50 for each category, will be rewarded a food and beverage coupon. That is it. Thank you for watching and listening to my poster presentation. I hope I didn't bore you too much with the details, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in my research, I welcome partnership in carrying out the research together. Should you have any further inquiries on the research or points that you would like to clarify or know more about, please do not hesitate to contact me with the chat function provided in the website. Thank you once again and enjoy the rest of your summit. Bye!